Okay, welcome back on Happy Chapel. So, this is Christianity. As I was brought up Christian, why not? And plus, somebody on my channel a way back had said about being born again Christian. Now, that's what the full speak is, born again Christian. But people like to say born again. And either way, you're only born once, unless you're talking about reincarnation. Now, people see it as in you found God when you get blessed and you're born again in Christianity. So they bless you. But you're born again Christian. It's a religion. You stepped out of your religion and now you've come back to it. You haven't found God. You found your religion. Now let's say, taking the truth away from that, let's just say born again meant you did find God. How would that work? Well, you can't be reborn as a physical being unless you are being reincarnated, which in that transaction of movement in space and time, you will not recall who you are. Because if you did, you wouldn't be following what you follow. You wouldn't be following a religion. And so, the only thing that it could be is the Star of David. You see a triangle, one this way and one this way, and interlinking to each other. They cross over each other. The Star of David. Some look at it as the Jewish symbol when you put the cross on it as well. What you're getting is the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. But what does that mean in really, other than the stories we're told? What do you know about it and how it relates to you? So let's just say you're the Star of David. Now, if you look at energy fields and how your energy works, it goes up and down through the body, but it circulates in 4 circles, which creates one big circle. In that big circle, at the points of them circles, you will find the triangles, creating the Star of David. And this energy is moving all the time. In the center is you that creates this energy, this movement, the Star of David. Where's the crossover? Every month, there's a seeding. A crossover at your pineal gland. Between your ears, the backs of your ears, and at the middle of your head, if you could think of between there and the middle of your head, is your pineal gland where your spinal cord meets the top of your brain or the bottom of your brain. Connects. And so at that point, this is where your spinal fluid hits your pineal gland, where you get images. But it crosses over at this specific period every month and creates a new seed. And depending on your birthday, it'll depend on what date that will be. So on the crossing over, it takes 2.5 to 3 days. Remember anything? So what happens is, think of it like this: you have a new cell that's reborn. Just the same way as you were born. Nothing but pure light. And whatever's fed into that, all the rest of you will follow with that. So this is becoming your strongest cell. This happens every month. And so the rest of you adapts to follow this because it's the strongest. Now, this is you, the rebirth. As you consciously become aware of it and focus on it and maintain a healthy body in this period of time, generally should be keeping healthy anyway, as best as you can do in this world that we are surrounded in. But to try to maintain a healthy diet and fasting during these days would be very helpful. And so you're keeping the body clean from any disruptions. And so when you're coming consciously aware of it, and you'll need to meditate in these times, you will be reborn. You will cross over and find the soul. The soul that you came here as. The soul that only seen nothing but light until it got manipulated by the awareness of the body and all that the body perceived that was outside of it. And so your soul, your consciousness, would create pictures so you could see in a physical reality. Being reborn comes back to finding one's soul, spirit, light, whatever you want to name it. Finding you. So, born again Christian? Well, it only means you found your religion again. The religion that manipulated you in the first place, and you left. And so you come back to it, thinking that it's going to correct you in some way that you've seen yourself out of disorder. But there's no correction in any religion or any communication through others, other than helping guide us to go back into ourselves to find ourselves. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to ourselves, to find that soul within us, to understand it, to be with it. And now, if you've religion, what's that do? But take you away from who you are. And when you're taken away from who you are in many religious institutions, who's that give power to? Who's been manipulated? Who's thinking for you? Because it's not you. It's surely not you. Obviously, this is only my view. But if you drop your guard, your religious guard, and actually listen and understand how you come about and be who you are, well, then you'll understand that I'm telling the truth. And you've been living a lie. But as I say, this is just my truth. You've that right to choose whatever you want to choose. So, this is Happy Chatting, love and peace.